What's up, guys? This is November 3, Alpha Hotel Charlie. Welcome back to another Yacht Youth Net video. Yeah, guys, I totally lost track of the time, but I got the 2-minute warning or so, and we will get started shortly.
This is KJCX again, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the edition of the Yacht Youth Net here for the 20th of January 2024. We've got a bunch of stations on board this evening, and we've got the following. I'd like to recognize N5MXI, KN6ULC, KJ7AGQ, N3AHC, KA4RCV, K3TEL, the W8PIF repeater, the VK6TRF, K2SHF-R, KN4VKX, and the boys, KI8AN, and I see we've got Grace set on board, so we'll put Grace down, K8RJU. So, we've got a good group this evening to get started with, and let's do that. Okay, I see Grace is contesting, so she has no transmit. She'll be listening, but of course we know that the CQ Worldwide Sideband contest is ongoing at this moment. So if any of you have made some contacts there, you might want to mention it. I know. I've contacted let's see, K8LQR Katie, and I also contacted Jacob, K4JAM. So let's start this evening. Let's start out with our station there across the Pacific Ocean. And that, of course, is Quinn over there in Japan. KN6ULC, good evening, Quinn. How are you this evening? And welcome aboard. And go ahead.
This is KN6ULC. I am actually not in Japan right now. I am in Indianapolis. We had to come over here because my great-grandpa died recently, and I came to go to his funeral. I was a pallbearer at the funeral. It was really sad. It was my first one ever, and there was a lot of emotions. Other than that, I haven't really been doing anything else. This is KN6ULC, back to net.
Okay, well, welcome back to the States, Quinn. And sorry about the passing of your great-grandfather there. Our sympathies go with you and your family as well. So, not easy to have to say goodbye to a loved one. But anyway, glad that you checked in, Quinn. Okay. So I see we have KF0NJT, and also we have our newest adult member, 83I, and we'll hear from her in just a bit, so stand by. Okay, thanks, Quinn. Let's go on to our new ham over there in Western Australia, VK6TRF, and where it's already Sunday morning. And Travis, good evening, or actually good morning to you. It is nighttime here in the Midwest, and temperature is about, let's see, 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's probably about, a -5 or -6 centigrade. Good evening, Travis. You're up next, and welcome aboard. Go ahead.
VK6TRF, yeah, it's the morning, and it is 23, which should be in Fahrenheit 73.4. I just googled it, I'm not too sure if it's accurate. And it is 9:07 a.m. And yeah, over.
Okay, 9:07. Well, we're at 7:08 p.m. here. At least that's what it says on my computer screen. So, okay, Travis, enjoy the weather. I think it's close to 75 degrees over there, where it's already summertime. So you guys are enjoying all the beautiful summer weather down there in Australia. We have to wait a few more months before we can enjoy that. Thank you, Travis, for checking in. As always, appreciate your support there as the yacht team. Okay, I see we have also KN4VKY. Okay. And I've got VKX. I think he checked into our local repeater here. So Andrew is on board. Okay, let's move along here. Let's go over to, let's come back to the States. And over on the southwest part of Washington is John, KJ7AGQ. John, good evening. And what kind of weather have you got over there this evening, John? Go ahead.
This is KJ7AGQ. It's 41 degrees and rainy. And there's still a little bit of snow left at my house, but pretty sure it's melted everywhere else. And there was a water leak for the sprinkler system on our house. One of the covers came off somehow, and it was leaking water, a cap for the pipe. So we found a valve that turns it off, so it's not leaking anymore. But we gotta figure out how to put that cap back on. And I have a joke. If you put a bunch of watches on a belt, is it a waste of time? KJ7AGQ, back to net.
Yes. Okay. I don't know about that, about a waste of time, but I appreciate the use of the wording there. Very good. Thanks, John. You're pretty good at those jokes and chuckles on our evening chats and carry over here to the Youth Net. Okay, thanks, John. Let's go over to, let's see, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. N3AHC is up next. Good evening. Welcome aboard. N3AHC, you're up next. Go ahead.
This is N3AHC. Good evening. I'm actually not in Pittsburgh right now. I'm actually in the Lancaster area. I recently moved back to college about a couple weeks ago, so I'm just getting situated. Classes are starting again. But the interesting thing is that actually down here in southeastern Pennsylvania, we actually got a lot of snow. In fact, my college campus, which is Millersville University, the campus actually closed twice this week, Tuesday and on Friday, because we got like 4 inches of snow in those 2 days consecutively. So that was very interesting how we technically had the week off and we didn't really have to do much, but starting next week we'll go back to the old grind. So this is N3AHC, back to the net.
Okay, very good, Antonio. Thank you for checking in, and have a good year there, a successful one, or at least a good couple of months. So thanks for checking in. Let's move along here and see who's up next. Let's go to KI8AN. Ian, over there in Lower Michigan. Ian, have you done any work on the contest this weekend? So you're up next, Ian. KI8AN. Go ahead. Welcome aboard.
and hello to everyone else on the net tonight. No, I haven't been able to do contests. I had a robotics meet 7 this morning, or like 8 this morning to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that was all I did today, really. I'd say we did quite good with that. I don't know how many wins compared to losses we got. In the tournament, we basically finished it off with, we won the first game by a lot, and then we lost our second game to 2 high school teams that were seed 1. Basically, they got to buy their first thing because they were number 1 team. So we didn't. So we lost to them by 20 points, but they were like, wow, they really got close. So it was a close match. So that's what I really did today. So and I think Houston is gonna check in tonight. So with that, I'll hand it back to you, Ed. This is KIAN.
Okay, very good, Ian. KGHCX. Very good. Well, yeah, let's hear from our new young ham. We're waiting for her call sign. I'm sure she is too, and it should be around available any day now. So Kirsten, KI8AN, the third party, but it won't be long and you'll be able to use your own call sign. But that feels pretty good. Go ahead, Kirsten, you're up next.
This is KIAN, Kirsten, third party. Hi everyone on the net. I passed my technician test last night, so that was pretty exciting. Over here we have quite a bit of snow, so Ian did really well on his robotics competition today. So I have a joke. It is, how do bees get to school? The answer is they take the school bus. So, it was pretty exciting that I passed my license last night, and I'm looking forward to getting my call sign really soon. So, with that, I'll hand it back to Nat.
Okay. All right, thanks, Kirsten. We'll be looking forward to your call sign any day now. And when that happens, we'll send you a nice certificate of membership. Okay. With that, let's go over to, let's see, how about Elias over there in Iowa, AKF0NJT. Good evening, Elias. How are things in Iowa this fine evening? Go ahead. Welcome aboard. Go ahead, Elias, KF0NJT. Otherwise, we can come back and catch you in just a little bit later.
KF0N. Okay, there we go. KF0NJT. Good evening, Ed, and everyone else on the net. That was a little bit confusing because I pressed the transmit button, and And after a while, he started talking, so I was confused. Anyway, okay. Anyway, good evening, Ed and everyone else on the net. I hope you had a good week this week. I went to the YMCA, and I was swimming for an hour. There were some other kids there that were playing, basically playing catch with one of the balls at the YMCA pool. So I played with them. We had Subway for lunch, and we had hamburgers for supper or dinner, or whichever one you call it. And I also have a joke for today. What kind of kitten works for the Red Cross? A first aid kit. KF0NJT, back to net.
Okay, hey, I like that one. I used to belong to the local chapter of the Red Cross a number of years ago, the one in Marinette, but they've blended in with another group, and the Red Cross office has now moved. But at one point there, for a few years, I was a member of the Red Cross team. So, very good. Thanks, Elias. Good to have you aboard as one of our three young hams. You're 10 years old, and let's see, Ian's sister is also 10, or is she 11? And then we've got another 10-year-old. No, I guess she's 11 now. One of the Rose girls, the youngest Rose member, that's a ham. I think she just turned 11 years old, or just turned 10. Anyway, very good. Okay, thanks for checking in there, Elias. Always good to hear from you. Now, we got a family in Nashville, actually south of Nashville, the Pearson family. And I'll see, we also have a Jim Pearson on board. He's my co-founder, but there's no relation to the two families. But let's start out with Dad, KN4VKX. You want to start it, and then we'll go over to the boys. Good evening, Andrew, and welcome aboard. Go ahead.
See, hey, we've had a wonderful week, being able to enjoy the little taste of winter. Snow on the ground. We got about, I think, 7 inches of snow for us, and we've had freezing temperatures all week, even for highs. So it's been able to stay around. It started to melt. The last couple of days a little bit. Then we had a little freezing rain that helped melt a little bit more, but then the temperatures dropped, so we still have some remaining ground cover left, but we're supposed to be into the 60s this week, so 60s and rain, like 2 to 3 inches of rain, so it will be gone, and we just say praise the Lord for blessing us with some snow, because it doesn't happen often, and it's been absolutely wonderful. So we obviously haven't gotten out to do any POTA activations because our hill is a big sheet of ice, so we've just stayed in, and fortunately for us, as public schoolers have been losing their school days of being able to knock out work, we've been rolling right on through, so that's always wonderful for us. And the only other thing, ham radio, that I find exciting that I figure I'll share with everyone is I ended up picking up a Baofeng UV17 for $22, and that's a nice little radio. Color screen is great. Has 12 digits for the alphanumeric, and very easy to read. Feels good. So first impression would say that'd be a great radio for someone that's interested in looking at a Baofeng. But I will pass it on to the boys. Great to be with everyone. KN4BKX.
KN4BKY. Good evening, Ed and everyone on the net. Glad to be on tonight. As Dad said, it's been a wonderful week. Been able to knock out school, even though baseball's been canceled. But definitely enjoyed looking at the snow. I haven't had it here in a couple of years, so It's a wonderful sight to see. I miss it, but glad that we have it right now. Other than that, POTA is doing great. Everything went well for December Yoda month. Once again, I was able to get everything submitted in, and everything went well. And succeeded our goal of over 100,000 QSOs again this year, so that was wonderful. And Dad also said, haven't been able to do any activating, just hunting. Haven't been able to get down the road much, but hopefully, as he said, it'll thaw out next week, and we'll be able to get back to doing baseball and everything else that we do outside of school. So, looking forward to that. Definitely enjoyed the break, but miss being with everyone. And nothing much else to add, so I'll pass it on to Rye from KN4VKY.
KN4VKW, good evening, Ed, and everyone on the net. Glad to be back on. Well, it's kind of been a relaxing week for us this week because everything's been canceled because of the rare snow that we actually got. We got around 5 to 6 inches of snow, so that was amazing, but it came at the cost of canceling baseball, canceling me going to take my learner's permit exam for my driver's license, but overall the snow was worth it because it's a rare thing to have in Tennessee. So, but that's about pretty much what's going on. Ham radio-wise, we're still active in POTA on January 1st, or really December 31st. We finished our entire year of contacting James, KE8PZN, every day. We're closing our way to 5,000 contacts with him, but that was the first step, was making contact with him every day of 2023. We've still been doing that up to 2024 at this point, and we'll see how far it goes. But nothing much else other than we're working our way to being done with school. We can see the end, though it's far away, but it's nice to be able to be past halfway and have that number slowly counting down closer and closer to 0 days of school left, and then we get our summer break. But that is about it, so I will pass it back to you, Ed, from KN4VKW.
Okay, and this is KGHCX. Very good, Ryan. Good to hear from you, and the baseball season will be starting very quickly. It won't be starting up here until probably end of March, early April. And the baseball fields, the Little League fields, are only 2 blocks away from me, so it's spirited. I can hear the crowd and yelling only 2 blocks away, but we have American Legion baseball in town as well. Okay, thanks, boys, Ryan and Blake, and Andrew as well. Okay, and good luck on the POTA front. And more of you are out there doing POTA. Okay, let's do this now. Let's go over to our newest adult member, and that is Vicky, 83I, in, I believe, South Carolina. And Vicky is very much involved with youth and amateur radio. You can look her up on QRZ, and you can see what I'm talking about. Boy Scouts and youth of all kinds. So she wanted to become a member of the YACHT team, and here she is, our newest adult member. So, Vicky, good to have you on board. We share the same interests, and we promote youth in ham radio. So, Vicky, welcome aboard. 83I, you're up next. Go ahead.
Well, good evening, everybody. This is Alpha Delta 3 India. My joke of the evening is, what's the question, Sarah?
What's a pirate's favorite?
Oh, yeah, a pirate's favorite cookie. Chips Ahoy. Okay, before I forget, I wanted to give a humongous shout-out to Ian for being such a role model, and one more time, congratulations to Kristen for your tech license. That is a big deal. I'm mobile right now, so I'm not going to stay very long on the net here. And Jim and Ed, thank you incredibly for adding me. I've already got the logo on my QRZ page, and I've got some questions about some activities I've got planned. I'll get with you guys later. But you kids make me proud. Y'all keep up the work. we're coming across an accident, a vehicular accident. Doesn't look like there's any injuries, but, 3 fire trucks are real pretty out here at night. Back to you, Ed. Thank you.
Okay, and this is KGHCX. Very good, Vicky. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Yep, and we'll work together along with, we've got David out there too, who also is very much involved with youth, and so we'll get together and we'll make this yacht team progressively better. P.M. Eastern Time, right here on the YACHT Youth Net. Glad to have you aboard. All right, let's go over to David then, see what's happening in Texas. N5MXI. Good evening, David, and welcome aboard again, and go ahead.
Hello, everyone on the net. Great group. It's a big group. That's nice to see. We're warming up here. We're up to 44 degrees, so we're not freezing anymore. Unfortunately, we don't have snow like Tennessee. I wish we could get some here. I guess that's about it. My joke for the evening, what do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. That's all I've got. Back to the net. This is N5MXI 73.
Okay, KJCX. Very good, David. Thanks for the chuckle there. Boy, those jokes are becoming a regular part of our evening chats in the Saturday Youth Net, aren't they? We get a whole load of them in the evening, and, well, it's always great to have a chuckle or two in the evening. So thanks, David. You have a good evening down there. And let's go just a little bit to the west of you there. My co-founder, Jim, is waiting down in, well, Jim, I don't know if you're still in LaFeria, Texas, or if you've moved elsewhere, but I know you're still down there somewhere. KS80, good evening, Jim. Welcome aboard. Got quite a group on here this evening. Go ahead, Jim.
Hello, Ed, and hello to everybody here on net tonight. Yeah, Ed, one of the rare times that I'm rooting for the Green Bay Packers. I'd like nothing better than to see Green Bay and Detroit out there in Las Vegas. So, kind of rooting for Green Bay. But other than that, not a lot of excitement going there. We are still in LaFeria, and I guess the big excitement for us right now is sometime in February, they will be launching another rocket, so we're looking forward to that. So back to you, Ed, KS80.
Okay, and this is KJHCX. Very good, Jim. Yeah, you're not that far away from one of the rocket launching pads there. I think you can see them when they launch. I think you're about 25, 30, 35 miles away. Sure don't see that up here. Closer we get to flying objects here, the helicopters from Enstrom or other aircraft that fly into our local airport. So, thanks, Jim, for checking in. You and Liz have a great evening there. It's always nice to be able to talk to you again from southern Texas. Okay, let's see who else have we got here as we look down the list. Oh yeah, Dustin, KA4RCV is still up there. Good evening, Dustin, and welcome aboard. Go ahead.
KA4RCV, hello, Double on the net. I attended Richard's net today. He was a good net. He done a great job today. Nothing else going on today. Just studying a little bit more today, and that's about it. KA4RCV, and Clay back today. Everyone have a safe night.
Okay, yeah, we are waiting for you to drop out there, Justin, but now we've got the system back online. Okay, thanks for checking in, Dustin. Hey, Packers are ahead 3-0. I'll be watching and listening shortly. 3-0. Well, let's hope that continues. I'd like nothing better to see the Packers beat the 49ers. And then somebody said something about the Packers and the Lions getting together. Boy, that'd be something, eh? Yeah, I know. Ian, you are probably rooting for the Lions down there, but tonight I think you're a Packer backer. A cheesehead. Okay. Thanks for that information. Okay, let me see here. Do we have anybody else on board that we haven't talked to yet? See, Arnold was on board, but he's gone now. K3TEL. Is there anybody else that would like to check in at this time for the YACHT Youth Net? This is KGHCX. Well, I don't hear anybody in there, but I will mention at this time that tomorrow evening I'll at the same time, but it's on the W8PIF-R repeater. So that's 481872 is a code number for the yacht or for the local 2-meter Echolink. We had. Oh, by the way, K2SHF, Michael, are you on board by any chance? Nope, I guess not, although his system does come up automatically. Well, then I guess we've got everybody. We had, not including Meganets, 18 check-ins this evening. And we had a good bunch of young hams check in. I think we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyway, 10 young hams check in. So, very good turnout this evening. Well, that's all I've got then. So, hey, everybody enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll listen for a few more minutes yet in case we have any latecomers. Other than that, have a great weekend and join me again on Monday evening for one of our evening chat sessions. We'll be on all week at 7 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Okay, that's all I've got. Again, thank you all for your support. Always appreciated. Take care, everybody. God bless. This is KG8CX. We'll be clear and closing down the YACHT Youth Net for Saturday evening, the 20th of January. But still be listening for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to be watching the Packer game and listening to it as well. KGHCX standing by.